It's loading. Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Boston University men's hockey here on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman with Daniel Maltz, and we have got a great matchup for you tonight between the Terriers and the UVM Catamounts. Maltz, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, I think for the Terriers, the two keys are going to be improving offensively, considering that starting out the season, they were among the hottest offenses in the country and way hotter than we thought it was going to be entering the season. So they need to heat back up, and also to keep the pressure away from the goal. Obviously, freshman goaltender Vinny Duplessis had a fantastic game yesterday, collecting his first career shutout. And since second stringer Ashton Abel will likely be in net tonight, curious to see if he'll be starting or if Duplessis will be starting. In either way, the pressure's got to be away from the person in net.
And BU is currently controlling the puck in their offensive zone off the opening faceoff here. Terriers coming off a 1-0 win against the Catamounts last night. Terriers control in there in the neutral zone and dump it in. Catamounts have only one NHL prospect currently on the roster. Meanwhile, the Terriers have two just on their first forward line. Shot on net there, saved by, I believe, Tyler Harmon is the starting goaltender tonight for the Catamounts. Terriers control it behind the net. Pass out in front of the faceoff dot, unable to complete it and can't get the shot on. Shot from the faceoff dot blocked there. Good try by, looks like that's Armstrong. He takes it behind the net, tries to send it out in front. Faceoff dot, one-timer, saved. Good shot there from, I believe that was Case McCarthy. Another shot blocked away. Good job here by the Catamounts to limit traffic on their goaltender, and that one finds its way to the blue line, but sent back in, now controlled into the defensive zone by the Catamounts. They dump it down into the neutral zone. Now it's controlled by the Terriers. Here comes Corsia. Corsia with it up by the blue line. He gets pressured, loses the puck, and loses the zone. Catamounts control, send it into the neutral zone. That one's picked off by McCarthy, who just sends it across the blue line. That one finds its way all the way behind the net, and that is played by the Catamount goaltender. Catamounts coming the other way. Here they are in the neutral zone, 1-on-3. Skates it, tries to send it out in front. Good defensive play there by the Terriers. That was Nick Zabane on the intercept there. Controlled in the corner by the Catamounts. Sends it up along the boards, played by Corsia. He tries to send it out, gets blocked by the skate of forward. Big hit by a Catamount player. Inconsequential. Here comes a slap shot. Good play there by Dylan Peterson, who picked up the puck in the offensive zone. That one's in the corner now. Fought for and won by Vermont. Here they come the other way. Clean break into the zone, controlled by the far faceoff dot. Shot on, and he scores! Awkward angle shot put in the net by number 25, Dovar Tinling. From the far faceoff dot, somehow manages to squeak it by Vinny Duplessis. 17:32 remaining in this first period.
Yeah, an awkward
UVM
path,
off to an early lead.
awkward path of travel for that puck. And if you're Vinny Duplessis, that's one that you got to just shake off. That puck certainly may not have had the most likely trajectory to go in. It did. You got to shake it right off and keep going because there is plenty of game left.
Armstrong, Stevens, and Boguslavsky, the forward line out for the Terriers right now. McCarthy skates with it in the neutral zone and dumps it in. Chased on there by Stevens. Played behind the net now. Shot on from the faceoff dot. That one gets blocked away and played behind. Armstrong controls. He skates back and forth behind the net looking for an opening. Sends it up to the point. That one finds its way back into the corner. Controlled now by the Terriers in the corner. That's Stevens. Stevens sends it along to Boguslavsky. He sends it into the middle. Excuse me, that was Armstrong who sent it to the middle of the ice. Boguslavsky now controlled by Fensori, who skates around the net. Shot on backhand. Save. Good job there by Harmon. Controlled still by the Terriers. McCarthy skating with it. He tries to send it out in front. Couple of opportunities there, but good freeze. We'll get a face-off in the Terrier offensive zone. Good offensive pressure here by the Terriers immediately after giving up that first goal.
And this is what we saw yesterday. For a large portion of Friday's game, the Terriers were way outdoing the Catamounts in shots and shots on goal. But yesterday, they were able to hold UVM scoreless while they only scored one goal. Today, Vermont's already got one goal. So you can keep throwing on shot after shot, but they got to find their way in.
Cockrell, O'Brien, and Kaufman, the line out here for the Terriers with Campolito and Weber as a defensive pairing. Controlled up at the point by Weber, sends it over to Campolito. Campolito sends it over to Weber. Weber loses the puck along the half wall, but it's picked up at the point by Kaufman. Kaufman sends it down low to Cockrell, looking for O'Brien. He shoots, he scores! One-time pass goes directly into the net. Great composure from Logan Cockrell to find the open O'Brien for his fourth goal of the season in 10 games for the Terriers. And the Hingham native continues to show his offensive prowess on this first line.
Well, with Logan Cockrell, you know that the patience is coming. I mean, senior, captain, leader of the team, been there, done that. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows exactly what's got to get done to set up passes like that. And he gets the puck right where it's got to go in front of Jay O'Brien's stick, and O'Brien does the rest of the work. Well executed by that top offensive line for the Terriers. And like I said, they just got to keep pounding the shots, and just like that, they tie it up.
Just a minute and a half after giving up the first goal of the game, Terriers even it up. Second forward line out for the Terriers right now. Tuck, Skoog, and Master Simone controlled in the corner by the Catamounts. They try to clear it out of the zone. They're able to get into the neutral zone, but that one's picked up by Alex Vlasic. He's playing alongside Thomas Jarman tonight. Star defenseman and Nashville prospect David Ferentz still out with an undisclosed injury. Skoog pressures the defenseman on the forecheck. Skoog lays out one of the defensemen after he made the outlet pass. No penalty there. Played on back by Fensori. Now sent up the ice and picked up by Peterson. Controlled there by Brian Kelly, defenseman for the Catamounts. Intercepted by McCarthy, who takes a shot on. Rebound picked up by the Terriers. They shoot another one on. Control it along the half wall now. That one's sent back around. Picked up in the corner by the Terriers. Now McCarthy has it at the point. He sends it back along the ice. Picked up by Peterson. Peterson skates it along the half wall, protecting, loses it into the neutral zone. Good defensive play there, but McCarthy has it, and he dumps it back in. Played on by Harmon. Now sent up by the Catamounts. Lazy pass almost turned into a bad turnover. Owen Grant almost got laid out there. Terriers dump it in and go off for a change. Cade Weber out there on defense. And here come the Catamounts the other way. They don't have numbers, though. It's like that's Tristan Mullen. Played along the half wall. Sent on back in by Christian Evers. Controlled in the corner by the Catamounts. They sent it up to the point. Shot. That one never found its way on net. Now here come the Terriers the other way. They'll have a 2-on-2, but they dump it in. That was played by Jack DeBoer, 13th forward for the Terriers tonight. Controlled now in the defensive zone by the Catamounts. Now they have it in the neutral zone, across by the red line. They dump it in. That one finds its way on to Duplessis. Sent along into the corner and played by Cockrell. Cockrell controls it over by the faceoff circle, sends it into the middle of the ice. Shot fake by Vlasic, then shoots in and gets deflected. Good play there. They managed to clear it out of the zone, but the Terriers send it right on back in. Catamounts coming the other way. They dump it in. Dumped in there by maybe Brian Kelly. Here come the Terriers the other way. Picked up by Kaufman. He dekes a couple of times, loses the puck, now picks it up again. Passes it off to Skoog at the point. Here comes Fensori with it. Fensori dumps it in. Tuck tried to stop the puck along the back board, but was unable to. Catamounts come the other way, controlled in the defensive zone and sent off the wall and up the ice. Here's Master Simone. He sends it across, shot on. Saved by Harmon. Puck finds its way into the neutral zone. Here come the Catamounts. Controlled by Hamry. Now the Terriers have it in the neutral zone. Master Smody fighting for it. Now sent along the boards behind the Terrier net. 11:43 remaining in this first period. Fought along the half wall. No control. Now controlled by the Terriers. Master Simone almost loses it, but it's picked up here by Weber, who sends it deep in. Played by Harmon. Risky play as Corsia was attacking, but he manages to get the pass away before turning the puck over. Now Catamounts control it in the neutral zone, but they just dump it in and change. Played by Duplessis behind the net. Hands it off to Vlasic. Vlasic looking for a man. He sends it all the way up the ice for a 2-on-1, but misses the pass. Played by Harmon, who turns it over immediately. Shot on, blocked. That was another dangerous play by Harmon. Left a wide open net. Now it's controlled by the Terriers along the half wall. Sent up to the point. Sent on back into the corner. Catamounts fighting to grab the puck. They send it all the way back around. Jarman thinks about pinching, but thinks better of it and backs off. That one sent down the ice. Good attempt at a pass to Zappernick. It's controlled in the corner by the Terriers. Here they come into the neutral zone. Now turned over and picked up by the Catamounts, but another good defensive play in the neutral zone and a shot on. That one saved by Harmon. Couple of bad turnovers here for the Catamounts. They dump it into the corner with 10:14 remaining. Now they control it in their offensive zone. Skating behind the net here is Andrew Petrillo. That one sent along the half wall, picked up by the Catamounts. Shot on. That one knocked away. Now picked up in the corner again by the Catamounts. It's Tyler. Excuse me. Now the Terriers control it. Campolito skating up. Boguslavsky skating up. He just dumps it in. Controlled now by the Catamounts in their own zone. Here they come up the other side. Terriers control now. Here's Kaufman. Kaufman looking for a man. Tries to send out in front. That one blocked away. Cockrell now controls it in the corner. He gets knocked down. Clean play there. Kaufman with it behind the net. Kaufman sending it up along to Weber at the point. Weber sends it back along the boards, played by O'Brien. O'Brien sends it back up to Fensori, over to Weber. Weber gets it on a wide open one-time pass, but O'Brien was unable to put it home. Good play there by Weber. Shot on by Cockrell. That one gets blocked away. Played by Weber, now knocked down. Looks like that was Kaufman who lost it and found it into the neutral zone. Weber just sends it back in along the boards for the dump and change. Catamounts control. Here they come. That one dumped in behind the red line. Should go for an icing, but it goes directly on net to Duplessis, who makes the save. Esposito fighting in front of the net right now a little bit. Just a bit of pushing and shoving between him and Thomas Jarman. Jarman, the freshman from Gibsonia, Pennsylvania. Esposito, the senior, out of West Haven, Connecticut. 8:39 remaining in this first period. Looks like we'll have a quick break.
Very quick pace of game right out of the gate. I mean, puck dropping, game's supposed to start around 6 o'clock. We're only 15 minutes in and more than half of the period is over. So the fact that we pretty much didn't see any stoppages of play other than the 2 goals It's been clean hockey that offensively these two teams are trying to mount consistent attacks, and got to give credit to the defenses because other than the respective goal each team has allowed, these rallies and efforts to get into the goal have so far been stymied.
Tinling, Misley, and Esposito, the forward line for the Catamounts, with Christian Evers and Owen Grant as the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Terriers, controlled by Tuck. He tries to send it up into the neutral zone, blocked off there. Played by Evers. He loses an edge behind the net. Passed out into the neutral zone. Here come the Catamounts the other way, picked up by Tinling. Tinling with it. He loses the puck. Good defense there by the Terriers. Master Simone with a good forecheck knocks the puck loose, but is unable to control it. Then picked up in the neutral zone by the Terriers, who dump it back in and go for the change. Here come the Catamounts the other way. That one sent on in by Corey Thomas, played behind the net by Vlasic. Vlasic sends it over to McCarthy. Now sent up along the ice. Tried to find Peterson, but that one was shut off. Good play there by Gishvili. Hope I don't have to say his name too much. That one's a difficult one. Played behind the net by the Catamounts. Sent out in front, unable to hit the one-time pass. Here comes Peterson the other way. He gets shut off, but that puck will slide all the way down to the end boards where it's picked up by the Catamounts. They control it behind their own net. Aggressive forechecking here by Zabane. Controlled behind the net still by the Catamounts. They lose it in the corner. Played by Cockrell, I believe, who sends it up along the half wall and loses it. Catamounts coming the other way. They just dump it in. Played by Duplessis behind the net. Unable to stop the puck. Picked up by the Catamounts behind the net, but controlled here by the Terriers. Terrier loses an edge on that play. No call. Controlled in the corner here by BU. Gets shut off by two defenders on the half wall. Now picked up by Armstrong. Passes it off. Controlled in the neutral zone along the blue line. Sent on in by Fensori. Now picked up in the corner by Armstrong, who sends it on in. Good save by Harmon. Now controlled in the corner by the Terriers. Looking for Fensori at the point. Whiffs on the pass. Don't see that one too often. DeBoer with the botched pass there, but the Terriers maintain possession. Armstrong with it. He has DeBoer in front of the net. Now DeBoer skates over into the corner to pick up the lost puck. Armstrong still fighting for it. Now picked up by the Catamounts. Here they come the other way. Picked up in the neutral zone by Simon Boyko. He just dumps it in. Played by Duplessis behind the net. Now it's Burns, Hamry, and Cowens. Here come the Terriers into the neutral zone. That one finds its way all the way down behind the net. Got stuck on the side, but the Catamounts managed to maintain possession. Master Simone fights the puck back along the boards. Played by Tuck. Skates behind the net, looking for a man at the point. He has Vlasic over to Jarman. Jarman intentionally wide, trying to find Skoog, who picks it up in the far corner. He sends it back up to the point to Vlasic, who sends it along to Tuck. Tuck sends it along. That one goes off the legs of Skoog, who controls it in the corner. He gets shut off there. Now sent up along the half wall. Taking good play by Master Simone to pick off the puck in the neutral zone. Tries to catch Catamounts flat-footed, shot on, takes a tumble. Good save there by Harmon. And luckily, Master Simone gets right back up. Awkward tumble for him. Good shot on. He just did a full split, but he got right back up. Good offensive pressure here from the Terriers. 5:02 remaining in this first period. We're still tied at 1. Senior goaltender out of Ramsey, New Jersey, Tyler Harmon, has been busy tonight. 330 goals against average with a .905 save percentage on the year. He is 1-4-2 1-7-3 all time with a 2.87 goals against average and a 910 save percentage. Backup goaltender for the Catamounts is Matt Beck out of Westport, Connecticut. The senior has not played a single collegiate game. And their third goaltender is Gabe Carrier out of Ottawa. Faced off in the offensive zone, won by the Terriers. Good job there by O'Brien. Puck now in the defensive zone, controlled by the Terriers. I believe that's Jarman who sends it up into the zone. Good play by O'Brien to pick off the puck. He waits for a man, sends it on, and he scores! O'Brien was looking for the pass to the slot, but the player never came. Decides to just send one on net from about 5 feet inside, deep past the faceoff dot, and just manages to get it home glove side for his second goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's excellent work there by Jay O'Brien. And this was the type of talent and the type of plays that the Terriers knew they would be able to get with O'Brien coming in, and see the first line caliber offensive production he's delivering. And already here out of the gate with 2 goals in the first period as that one sneaks in. I mean, a little bit of luck and a lot of good skill, giving O'Brien 2 goals and giving BU the lead. That's what you want to see.
Just less than 5 minutes remaining in this first period. Terriers lead 2-1. They control it in the offensive zone, try to send it along, but it's picked off, and now it's controlled by Zabane. He has it, sends it up along to his left wing, who sends it in deep along the backboards. Now it's controlled by the Catamounts, skating with it, sends it up the ice, picked up by Campolito. He has Weber. He sends it to him in the defensive zone. Weber finds it into the neutral zone. Shut off there was Peterson, fought for here by Sam Stevens. He wins it right at the red line and dumps it in. Chased by Armstrong. Armstrong lays a heavy hit in the corner, wins possession, but then loses it again, picked up by Brian Kelly. Here come the Catamounts the other way. They don't have numbers. He sends it right into the stick of Vlasic, Weber, who controls. Weber returning from suspension. Shot on by Stevens. That one saved. Stevens takes a tumble, and it looks like we will get our first penalty of the game. Catamounts defender Christian Evers, first line defenseman for the Catamounts, will go off. Looks like he'll go for a tripping. Got his stick right into the skates of Stevens. Tuck, Skoog, and Boguslavsky alongside Fensori and McCarthy, it looks like. O'Brien is standing on the ice. Maybe he'll fill in for one of those other 3 forwards.
And this is a chance right now for the Terriers to expand their lead going onto the power play. I mean, with the offense that they have and the fact that they've already got 2 goals, I think a little bit of frustration may have been built up after yesterday's contest with the team being held to just 1 goal. They've come out swinging here in the first period, and now they're going to get the first on-ice advantage here, 5-on-4, 2 minutes of it. So I think their goal without question here is to expand their lead and do it quickly, capitalizing on this power play.
Penalty kill percentage, 73% for the Catamounts this year. Skoog wins the faceoff. Back to Cockrell. Cockrell with it. Sends it down to Skoog behind the net. He sends it over to O'Brien just on top of faceoff circle. He skates even to the faceoff dot, sends it to McCarthy at the point. McCarthy defends Sori, who skates it over by the faceoff circle, sends it to Cockrell at the dot. Cockrell now skates within the corner, sends it along behind the net to Skoog. Skoog up to Fensori. Shot from the point. McCarthy, that one blocked away. Picked up by the Catamounts in the corner. They try to clear it around the boards, and they will. 2:48 remaining in the game, in the first period. controlled by McCarthy. He sends it back into the defensive zone. Here come the Terriers on the rush in the neutral zone. Controlled behind the net by the Catamounts. Unable to get anything going there were the Terriers, and they will change out the lines. Controlled by McCarthy in the defensive zone. He dumps it off here. Looks like Carter Long, one of the penalty-killing defensemen. Terriers controlling into the defensive zone. Lazy pass. Loses the puck, and Peterson's unable to make the play. Loses his stick, and then comes back around and levels the Catamount forechecker. Looks like that's William LeMay. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this first period. Here come the Terriers. They control it in the corner. Fought for there by Zabane. Now sent up along the half wall. Picked up at the point by Jarman, who sends it along to Tuck. Back to Jarman. Shot on. That one goes wide. Wrapped back around. Tried to send it up to the faceoff dot to Tuck, but that pass does not connect and finds its way into the neutral zone. Terriers control. Tuck with it. He dumps it in. Catamounts chase. Control it. Sends it back behind his net. And holds. Waits. They'll just kill off time here with 1:15 remaining in the period. Just waits. Corsia on the forecheck. Sends it up to his right. Intercepted there by Weber. Pass to Corsia. He'll shoot. He scores! Interception by Cade Weber in the neutral zone. Finds a wide open Corsia, who skates along the right side of the ice. Good pass by Armstrong right at the point, and Corsia sends it by Harmon, blocker side, and the Terriers jump out to an early 3-1 lead with around a minute remaining in the first period.
Yeah, great shot to the top left corner of the goal by Corsia, and that's a very, very nicely executed power play by the Terriers. They killed off a lot of the remaining time on the clock in the first period, and they managed to get a goal out of it. So they were able to keep the Catamounts on their toes, the puck moving all the while, and they get what they wanted. Up 3-1, still 60 seconds to go here in the first period. But Seth, after scoring one goal all of yesterday's contest, knowing that they can score better than that, to see 3 goals and still 41 minutes of hockey to go, that's got to be a good sign for Coach O'Connell.
Terriers have been averaging the second most goals per game in Hockey East. O'Brien had Cockrell for a wide open one-timer on a breakaway, but was unable to put it on net. O'Brien sends it along for Fensori with less than 30 seconds remaining. Tuck controls it behind the net. Picked up in the corner there by the Catamounts. That one sent on in at the point by McCarthy. Controlled in the corner by the Terriers. Sent along to the point from breaking in Terrier player. Tried to give it back to Tuck at the faceoff dot, but he was unable to do anything. That puck finds its way back into the neutral zone. Handed off to Skoog. Skoog shoots it, saved by Harmon, and that will do it for the first period. Boston University Terriers 3, University of Vermont Catamounts 1. Hope you'll join us for the second period coming up shortly. I'm Seth Hellman for Daniel Maltz here on WTBU Sports. We'll see you in a few. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to tonight's matchup between the Boston University Terriers and the University of Vermont Catamounts. I'm Seth Hellman with Daniel Moltz here on WTBU Sports Radio. The Terriers have won the opening faceoff of the second period, picked up here by Alex Vlasic, who sends it along to Cockrell, who sends it down behind the net, picked up there by the Catamounts, now controlled by the Terriers. Up along the point is O'Brien. He tries to send it along in on net, but that one gets blocked away. Vlasic holds it in along the blue line, played behind the net by O'Brien. Sends it to Cockrell just inside the faceoff dot. Vlasic controls it at the point. He sends it back along, played by Kaufman in the corner. Picked up on the half wall by O'Brien, who sends it to Jarman. Jarman sends a shot on, saved by Harmon. Controlled behind the net now by the Catamounts. Intercepted there by the Terriers, who fight forward in the corner. Catamounts have it along the half wall. Tuck fighting forward in the corner now. O'Brien fighting for it behind the net. Sent back up along. Sent in by Fensori. Now controlled again by the Terriers. Skated along and sent on in to Master Simone in the corner. He can't control. And the Catamounts finally clear almost a full minute of sustained zone pressure. And now they turn it over. And there's zone 2-on-1. Shot on. Saved by Duplessis. And that one deflects out of play. Terriers lose the puck in the neutral zone. And I believe that was Gioshvili on the shot. He had a 2-on-1. And just shot it from just inside the close face-off dot. Catamounts going left to right this period. They have a face-off in their offensive zone. Skoog gets warned by the referee. And Catamounts win the face-off. That one's sent into the middle of the ice and shot on. Looks like that deflected out of play again. Skoog, Tuck, and Master Simone, the forward line right now for the Terriers. Campolito and Weber, the defensemen, face off one again by the Catamounts. They control it in the corner, chased on there by, I believe that's Mickey Burns. Controlled in the corner, shut off there. Good play by Skoog behind the net. Picked up by Master Simone, who falls to a knee and loses the puck. That one sent back on in and out of play again. Third straight offensive zone faceoff for the Catamounts coming off of deflected shots. Vlasic and Jarman step onto the ice alongside Corsia, Zabane, and Peterson. Looks like Corey Thomas and Andrew Lucas are the defensive pairing, and Tinling, Misley, and Esposito, the forwards for the Catamounts. Zabane gets warned in the faceoff dot on the far side. Catamounts win the faceoff. That's controlled at the point, sent along into the corner, picked up by Tinling. They send it back along the backboards into the corner now, up along the half wall, sent back around the boards, controlled again by the Catamounts. He waits with it, sends it up to the point, back to the faceoff dot, into the slot, couldn't connect on the pass. Terriers trying to come the other way. Peterson fighting for it. Now controlled by the Catamounts again in their offensive zone. That one's sent up to the point, but the pass gets through and all the way back down to be played by Harmon in front of his own net. Picked up on the half wall by the Terriers, shot on. Don't know if it ever got to the net. Doesn't matter, didn't go in. Played in the corner by the Catamounts. They send it back along behind the net. Played in the corner again. Back to the corner. Now in through the middle of the ice up to the neutral zone. Here they come, essentially a 3-on-5 here. Shot on, gets hit by two Terrier defensemen. Now played by the Terriers in their own zone, up into the neutral zone. Chasing its Armstrong, but it's picked up in the corner by the Catamounts. Nifty move there. Puck bouncing out in front, but controlled by the Catamounts when they get it out of trouble. Into the Terrier defensive zone, played by McCarthy. Picked up along the half wall by the Terriers. Shot on back in by Carter Long, good pinch by him, but the Terriers control in the neutral zone. Now dumped back in from the red line by the Catamounts. And I believe that one was caught by Duplessis. We'll have yet another offensive zone face-off. Looks like LeMay, Gioshvili, and Zappernick, the forward line for the Catamounts. 16:36 remaining in the second period. We'll get it on the far side. Evers and Grant, the defensive pairing. Vlasic takes it behind the net, sends along into the corner after the face-off win. Picked up in the neutral zone and sent along to O'Brien. O'Brien controls it, sends it, and I believe gets called offside or a penalty. Tough to tell. Looks like we are going to have a penalty. Terriers were in. Oh, no, excuse me. It is an offsides. My first inkling was correct. Linesman skated all the way from the blue line to behind the Catamount net to give that call. So it looked like a penalty. Face-off won by O'Brien to Cockrell, who tries to dump it in, but it's stopped at the blue line. Strong stick there by the Catamounts, picked up by Campolito behind the net. He sends it along to the blue line, now played in the defensive zone by Cockrell, who loses the puck in the neutral zone, gets hit into the boards, but gets right back up. Excuse me, that was Kaufman. And shot on, gloved down by Duplessis. We'll have another offensive zone face-off for the Catamounts with 16:02 remaining. Full 5 change for the Terriers. Jarman and Vlasic out, along with Tuck Skoog and Master Simoni. Thomas and Lucas for the Catamounts, and Tindling, Misley, and Esposito for their forwards. Face-off won by the Terriers, sent along the half wall by Jarman, played by Master Simoni. He fights for it. That one gets sent all the way back around the end boards. Now fought for just along the half wall and won by the Terriers. Here comes Tuck. Terriers will have a 3-on-2. Yes, Skoog in the middle, shot on by Tuck. That one blocked away. Tuck controls it up along the half wall. Skoog took a tumble, but gets right back up. Good pinch by Vlasic, but gets beat. Couldn't stop the puck. Here come the Catamounts the other way, chased on by Tindling. Tindling gets shut off by Jarman. Good job getting back by him after the failed pinch. Catamounts still controlling their offensive zone up to the point. Pass along to the faceoff dot, into the slot. Shot on, saved by Duplessis through traffic. Great shot on there. Looked like that one was from Carter Long. Tons of traffic, probably redirected once or twice. And Duplessis manages to make the stomach save. 15-14 remaining in the second period. Terriers still lead 3-1. First line for the Catamounts stepping out: Mullen, Vitolins, and Boyko. McCarthy and Weber are, we're on a penalty kill, it looks like, for the Terriers. Didn't see the call there. Don't know who went to the box, but there's only 4 Terriers on the ice. They win the face-off, and it's chased on by Cockrell. Kaufman with him. Kaufman fighting for it, gets 4 defenders around him, and he's just fighting for it in the far corner. Great forecheck, way to kill off time here. Boguslavsky now out, and McCarthy plays it in the defensive zone. He falls over, sent out to the high slot. That one finds its way wide, controlled now in the corner by the Catamounts. They hold it, send it along in deep. That's Evers. Picked up along the half wall there by Mullen. Mullen skating with it. He gets shut off by McCarthy. Another Catamount finds his way down on the ice. Master Simoni gets hit right up along the boards, manages to get it back into the neutral zone, played by Boyko. Boyko skates with it. Terriers will change one by one. Boyko finds his way into the new offensive zone. Now, nifty move here by Lucas. Lucas cuts out in front, unable to put it home. Now he controls at the point. Massimone dumps it back on in. Catamounts control behind the net. Here they come. Skated into the neutral zone by Lucas. He turns around and sends it right back behind him, but it's picked up in the neutral zone. Now into the offensive zone and cleared out by the Terriers. Chased on back by Lucas. Here come the Catamounts in the neutral zone again. 13:23 remaining in this second period. They shoot it. Saved by Duplessis. Picked up along the half wall and skated up by the Terriers. That's Stevens over to Campolito. Campolito controls it behind the Catamount net. Sends it back along to Stevens in the corner. Stevens fighting for it. Catamounts win the puck and control, trying to get the pass from side to side. That one gets blocked down. Looks like the penalty's over. I think it was Fensori in the box who now controls it in the defensive zone for the Terriers, and here they come. O'Brien with it, skates in, shoots, and saved by Harmon. O'Brien takes a shove from Junior Carter Long. We'll get an offensive zone face-off for the Terriers, or at least we should. I think we're going to take a quick break here. 12:40 remaining in this second period. Terriers lead 3-1 over the Catamounts.
Yeah, neither team has really had the most pretty-looking offensive momentum and offensive series here in this second period. But for the Terriers' perspective, the good news is that they haven't allowed the Catamounts to score. And while you would ideally like to see them expand upon their 3-1 lead at the very least, they're not letting up defensively.
Terriers doing a good job of making sure that Duplessis isn't overworked. Duplessis standing in for Comeso. Comeso has been the starter for most of the year, out with an undisclosed injury. Albie O'Connell loves to not be clear about what the injuries are for the Terriers. Kaufman, O'Brien, and Cockrell out here with Fensori and McCarthy. O'Brien wins the faceoff to Fensori at the point, directly over to McCarthy. McCarthy shoots, gets blocked, picked up by Fensori. O'Brien sends it back along to Kaufman. Kaufman gets shut off along the end boards, picked up by the Catamounts. They try to clear it out, and they find it into the neutral zone. One-on-one here. Good defensive play by Fensori. And now here come the Catamounts into the offensive zone, but good play by Fensori to knock the puck off, controlled by McCarthy behind the net. Catamounts starting to get a little bit physical. Nothing wrong with that. That one finds its way into the neutral zone. Kaufman has it. He passes it along. Controlled in the offensive zone by the Terriers. Good behind the back pass to Cockrell. Cockrell looking for a man. Has Vlasic at the point. Vlasic skates with it. Holds. Looks for a man. Sends it along. D-to-D pass. Now shot on from the faceoff dot. That one saved by Harmon. Good little offensive sequence there by the Terriers. 11:43 remaining in this second period. Harmon's been busy tonight. 6'2", 205 out of New Jersey. Tuck Skoog and Master Simone alongside Vlasic and Jarman. And I've been kicked out of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Due to coronavirus, and this is obviously an away game, but due to coronavirus, we are not allowed into these stadiums. So it is often a bit of a challenge. I am back. Catamounts control in the neutral zone, but turn it over. Tuck sends it up to, Master Simone sends it up to Tuck. Skoog tries to play it in the corner. He gets knocked down. Master Simone goes flying into the end boards, twisting around and falls, but it's controlled at the point. That one bounces along the top of the net, got gloved by Harmon, took a weird bounce. Terriers control behind the net. That's Skoog. Master Simone now within the corner. He sends it to the point to Jarman, who sends it along. That one gets blocked. Here come the Catamounts the other way into the offensive zone now. Skates with it, shot on from the high slot, blocked down easily by Duplessis. Terriers try to dump it in, chased on by Tuck. DD pass in the defensive zone. Now here come the Catamounts in the neutral zone, skated on there. Shot, that one gets deflected and will go into the corner by Misley. Now controlled in the corner by Vlasic. Vlasic skates with it, gets attacked by the forward. Manages to get the pass out into the neutral zone. Played there by Peterson, who sends it along in front. That one deflected wide. Now shut off in the corner, controlled by the Catamounts. Good hit there by the Terrier forechecker. Zabane with it. He sends it along further. Corsia with that hit earlier. Dumped out of the zone for an icing by the Catamounts. 10:06 remaining in the second period. And Terriers will get a face-off in their offensive zone. Fensori on the ice here, and he's really had to step up. Him and Alex Vlasic carrying the load right now defensively with the aforementioned injury to David Ferentz. Face-off won by the Catamounts. That's Stevens on the face-off alongside Master Simone. Played by McCarthy. He skates it up, sends it into the offensive zone. Picked up by the Catamounts. They try to pass it up, but it's picked off by Fensori, who sends it across to McCarthy, who claps one on net from the neutral zone side of the blue line. Goes directly on Harmon, who makes the save. We'll have another face-off in the offensive zone for the Terriers with 9:40 remaining. Players will take a break here. No scoring yet in this second period after a 4-goal first period. Of course, as Moltz mentioned earlier, only 1 goal in last night's game between these two teams. A rarity for the Terriers.
But one thing to note as well, Seth, is that, as I also said, one of the major differences was that the Terriers seem to take a lot more shots, and that, of course, is a credit to how strong their offense is and how well it's played this season. But when it comes to how much pressure the goaltending faced, it was much more lopsided in favor of Vermont. Vinny Duplessis, a well played shutout win in his start yesterday, but BU kept the offensive pressure up yesterday and only walked away with 1 goal. So, of course, it's got to be great to see that they've already got 3, as we've said today.
And face off here, 1 in the neutral zone by the Catamounts. They control in their defensive zone. Dumped in there, but played by Fensori. Fensori with it, sends it up to Cockrell. Cockrell dumps it off along the half wall for O'Brien, who tries to find his way into the offensive zone and looks like he drew a penalty there, got hit by 2. It looks like that went for an icing, not a penalty. Took them a little bit of time to call that one. Mullen, Vitolins, and Boyko out there for the Catamounts. Face off won by the Terriers. Cockrell manages to clear the icing. Kaufman has it now behind the net. He controls it in the corner. Sends it up tries to send it around the boards. That one gets shut off by the Catamounts, who clear it down the other end of the ice. Played behind the net by McCarthy. He waits with it, looking for something to develop here. Skates out now with the puck. Sends it up to Kaufman. Good zone entry here from the Terriers. Leg save by Harmon. Here come the Catamounts the other way. Now it's controlled there by Weber. Weber tries to send it along the half wall, gets intercepted. Now Tuck has it 2-on-1 for the Terriers. Master Simone shoots, save by Harmon. Tuck tries to send one back on net here. Sent along to the point to Campolito. Now picked up in the corner by the Terriers. Skated along. They lose the puck. Now it's controlled in the defensive zone. Turnover directly to Master Simone, who sends it off to Tuck. Now into the middle of the ice. Shot on. He scores! Wilmer Skoog puts the Terriers up by 3. It's a 4-1 game. Neutral zone turnover finds its way directly to Master Simone, who dumps it off to Tuck, who makes a beautiful thread the needle pass to Skoog directly in front of the net, who puts it home. Skoog scoring his 3rd goal of the year, 8th career goal for the Terriers. They find themselves up 4-1.
Well, Seth, you talked about it, getting those turnovers and taking advantage of them wherever they happen on the ice. Whenever you get the chance to capitalize on your opponent's mistakes, there's nothing more satisfying than accomplishing that feat. And Wilmer Skoog helped the Terriers do just that. I'm sure that they will happily welcome any and all turnovers, but there's something especially enjoyable to actually putting one in net. And they get on the board here in the second to expand their lead, which is something that we said they should definitely be aiming to do as we press onward.
Puck controlled by Skoog behind the net. He looks for a man up at the point, gives it to Jarman. Jarman sends it back around, played behind the net by now Skoog in the corner. Master Simone tried to play it behind the net, but couldn't get there in time. Vlasic with a good pinch knocks the puck back, decides to back up now. Incoming forecheckers, Zabane for the Terriers. That one played into the neutral zone, but shut off by Corsia. Fensori now with it. He skates with it, tries to send it out into the middle of the ice. It's picked up by Corsia after the deflection. Corsia dumps it in, picks up his own dump pass. He has it in the corner, sends it up to the point. Now over to Fensori. Fensori wrists one on. That one gets deflected on net. Good save by Harmon. That one's dumped out, but just to the neutral zone, picked up by McCarthy. Zabane now enters the zone. He tries to pass it along to Peterson. That one goes wide of the net. Peterson hits man in the corner, gets the puck loose there. Controlled in the corner now by the Terriers. Shot on. That one saved by Harmon. Picked up by Fensori at the point. Fought for in the corner by Armstrong. Now along the half wall here. Armstrong sends it along into the corner. Catamounts control. They dump it out into the neutral zone. Unable to hold it in where the Terriers, and they get called for an offsides after they tried to send it back in and hold it. 6:12 remaining in this second period, with the Terriers holding on to a 3-goal lead. Quick game so far, despite the 5 goals. Face off in the neutral zone, won by the Terriers, picked up by McCarthy over to Campolito. Campolito sends it along in, tries to dump it. That one deflected once or twice. Now it's played by Stevens behind the net. He loses it to the Catamounts. Here they come the other way. Skating with it is Cowens. Cowens tries to get along the half wall. He loses the puck, played by Campolito. Now picked up by Stevens in the offensive zone. Handed off. Now behind the net is DeBoer. DeBoer fighting for it alongside, I believe, Mullen. Catamounts will win that battle. Now brought into the zone by Cowens. Cowens sends it along, played by Weber along the half wall, picked up at the point by the Catamounts, but the Terriers come out with it. Cockrell fighting for it now in the neutral zone. That one gets sent back along, picked up now by Kaufman, who sends it across the ice to Weber, who tries to find the open O'Brien in the middle of the ice. That pass couldn't connect. O'Brien fights for it in the corner. He has it, sends it along the ice for Cockrell, gets it to Vlasic at the point, sent back around the end boards to O'Brien. O'Brien gets shut off there, still fighting for the puck. He falls over and knocks down the Catamount right there, but no tripping called. Vlasic fights for it in the corner. Now controlled by Cockrell. Back over to Vlasic. Vlasic looking for a man at the point. He has him. Holds. Sends it intentionally wide. That one finds its way almost to the in front of the net. Kaufman has it now. Picked up by O'Brien, who sends it up to the point. Tuck now. Tuck waits. Shoots. Glove down by Harmon. 4:31 remaining in the second period. We'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Terriers.
And Seth, the offense just keeps on moving. Shot after shot, series after series. It seems like every few seconds the Terriers are taking another shot on goal. They are pouring it on. And if they keep up this level of offensive play, more goals will be coming. That's for sure.
Terriers have not had an issue scoring goals all season long, coming off of last weekend's split with the BC Eagles. Many thought that the Terriers might move into the top 10 of the national rankings following their 1-goal loss and then multiple goal win against the Eagles, the number 1 ranked Eagles at that time. But Terriers only move up 2 spots to 13. They are 7-2-0. And that is, of course, while missing their number 1 goaltender and number 1 defenseman. Face off, Skoog alongside Tuck and Master Simone. Skoog gets warned. Puck dropped, won by Skoog. Master Simone fights for it. Ends up in the hands of Vlasic, but in the neutral zone, he dumps it in. Picked up in the corner by the Catamounts. Here they come the other way now after an awkward bounce off of the half wall. They make a clean zone entry. That's Grant. Grant tries to send it on, but it goes behind the net. Played on the half wall now into the corner for the Catamounts, up to the point. Sent on over to Grant. On the other side of the point, DDD pass there. He shoots it, blocked by Tuck. Now controlled along the half wall by Zabane. He gets one out across the defensive zone to Vlasic. Now Tuck with it in the offensive zone. He shoots one. A little bit of a muffin easy save for Harmon. Played behind the net now by the Catamounts. Picked up there by Grant. Grant with it now, looking for a man. Just dumps it in. Grant, one of the alternate captains for the Catamounts, and he ices the puck. 3:35 to go in the second period. Corsia, Zabane, and Peterson, the forwards for the Terriers. McCarthy and Fensori, the defenseman. 3:35 remaining in this second period. Zabane to take the face off. He loses it. Played behind the net now by Grant, who tries to send it up into the neutral zone. He does so successfully. Dumped from the good side of the red line, and they will go off for a change. Here come the Terriers the other way with speed. Zabane tries to get into the offensive zone. He does. Controls it now, sends it along the end boards over to Peterson, who fights for it with a nifty spin move. Still fought for, now controlled in the corner by Corsia. Sends it up to Fensori at the point. He sends it back along in deep along the end boards. Control along the half wall now. Good hit by Peterson there, but it finds its way into the neutral zone. Terriers controlling there. Now here comes Corsia on the face-off dot, shot on. That one either got deflected wide or saved. Fensori now shoots one. That one goes wide. Now shut off in the corner. Fought for by the Terriers, held behind the net by the Catamounts. Now picked up at the point by Fensori, who sends one in. That one gets deflected, saved. Juicy rebound. Stevens unable to put it home. He controls along the half wall, sent down into the corner. Terriers still controlling. Now Weber comes onto the ice for the Terriers. He skates with it behind the net, hands it off, passed on the other side behind the net. Now sent up to the point to Boguslavsky, who sends it into Stevens. Stevens waits with it, holds, now sends it down low. Picked up there by Armstrong. Armstrong skating with it, tries to get the wraparound to go, unable to put it home. Bounced out to Boguslavsky, who shoots it on net. Couple of juicy rebounds there Minute 54 remaining in the second period. Cockrell plays it behind the Terrier net. He skates, avoids the forechecker. Good play by Cockrell. Dumps it in. Picks up his own pass. Gets shut off, though, in the corner. Falls to his butt. Now gets up. Controlled still by the Catamounts. Good defensive play by Kaufman. But that one's sent out nonetheless to Esposito, who skates up the ice. Here's Esposito at the faceoff dot. Slap shot. That one gets deflected. Good save by Duplessis. Now picked up along the half wall. Cockrell tries to send it out, is unable to. That shot gets deflected by his own man. That was a shot on. Looked like that was from Tinling. Gets deflected by his fellow teammate. Duplessis plays it behind the net. Minute remaining in the second period. Here come the Terriers the other way. Vlasic dumps it in. Terriers will change out their forwards. Catamounts control in their defensive zone. Coming up the ice now. Played behind the net by Duplessis. Sent along the half wall. Tuck has it now. Sent up to Skoog in the neutral zone, but he loses it in his skates. Master Simone fighting. Now here's Tuck. Tuck shoots it from inside the red line. Picked up by Master Simone behind the net. Master Simone skates with it over by the faceoff dot. Looks for a man. Has McCarthy wanting the one-timer, but he elects to send it along behind the net to Skoog. Skoog with it now in the corner. Skoog waits. Tries to send it over to Master Simone, who falls over. 14 seconds remaining. Tuck now with it along the half wall. He sends it further to Master Simone. Skoog chasing into the corner. McCarthy pinches. 2 seconds. 1, none. Second period comes to the end. Terriers lead 4-1 after getting a late goal to extend the lead from 3-1. UVM unable to put one home. Duplessis playing extremely well in his third game in college. Duplessis, the freshman from Quebec City, Quebec. Moltz, what do the Catamounts need to do in the third period to try and fight their way back into this game?
Well, I think there just needs to be a little bit more coordination on their offense and finding ways to get through this Terrier defense that's been doing a great job. And even if you do that, you have to try to get these pucks past Vinny Duplessis, who has had to face, it looks like, a little bit more action in terms of shots on goal than he saw yesterday. So the workload has certainly been higher, a bit busier for him, and he has so far generally been passing the test. And if you're UVM, you just have to try to rethink some scheming and do everything you can to beat him. But if he's not going to let you score, then that's that.
Well, Terriers lead 4-1 here at the end of the second period. Here on WTBU Sports, I'm Seth Hellman with Daniel Moltz. We'll see you in just a few minutes for the remainder of this game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this third period action between your Boston University Terriers and the University of Vermont Catamounts here on WTBU Sports Radio. I'm Seth Hellman, joined by Daniel Maltz. Terriers are up 4-1 here at the start of the third period. Maltz, what are you looking for here?
Sorry, muted there. As I kind of alluded to before we went to break, the Catamounts need to change up their offensive schemes somehow and try to work different maneuvers to get through the Terrier defense. And again, I'll reiterate that even that may not make much of a difference if Vinny Duplessis keeps playing like we've seen him play today and as a continuation of how he played yesterday. You know, it doesn't matter how good of an offensive scheme you have, you got to get the puck in the goal. And Duplessis has been almost completely rejecting them all game long. And for the Terriers, honestly, it's just more of the same, continuing a well-rounded offense in which you are seeing all the different lines performing and keep putting more pucks in the net.
Well, Terriers won the opening faceoff, and then there was a little bit of chippiness between Cockrell and the Catamounts. It's Cockrell, O'Brien, and Kaufman out here for the Terriers. They win the faceoff in the neutral zone and try to get into the offensive zone, but that one bounces back into the neutral zone, now sent along the end boards, picked up by the Catamounts. That's Christian Evers with it. He sends it along the boards over to Vitolins. Now picked up in the defensive zone by Vlasic. Vlasic sends it over to Jarman. Jarman sends it along down the ice. That one's played by Harmon behind his own net. Sent along the half wall, picked up by the Catamounts there, handed off to LeMay, who sends it in the middle of the ice. Shot on there. That one gets deflected, and all of a sudden, big hit knocks the net off. It looks like, I'm not sure. So LeMay passed it to Gio Shavili, who then knocked, I believe that was Tuck, into the Terrier net, and it came off. Luckily, Tuck was able to get back up. He's moving a little bit gimpy right now, shaking out his left leg. Albie O'Connell in absolute disbelief on the bench right now. He's absolutely confused, and I would be too if I was him. Looked like a totally random cross-check there. I mean, Tuck wasn't even playing the puck. Face-off one in the offensive zone by the Catamounts. They try to shoot it on, but whiff twice. Picked up in the slot, sent on, saved by Duplessis. Now picked up in the face-off dot there by Mullen. Mullen fights forward in the corner. Sent on by Master Simone up to Cockrell, Tuck. Tuck dangles with it, passes to McCarthy. McCarthy tries to send it out in front. That one gets blocked by the kneeling defender. Master Simone acting as a defenseman now. He shuts off Boyko's attack. Puck in the corner, controlled by the Terriers. Now Tuck has it. He hands it off to Skoog. Skoog skates, has Master Simone, passes to him, wide open net. Unable to put it home on the one-timer. Had a wide open net, was unable to even hit the net, it looks like. That was one of the most unbelievable saves I've ever seen by a strolling Harmon. Tough to tell from our angle. Controlled in the defensive zone now by the Catamounts. They send it up into the neutral zone. That one finds its way all the way onto the goal mouth, saved by Duplessis. Now here come the Terriers in the neutral zone. That should be an offside. Surprised it wasn't. Now it's controlled in the neutral zone by the Terriers. They turn the puck over, but it goes right to Duplessis before a breakaway could materialize. 17:51 remaining in this third period. Some good back and forth action between the Terriers and the Catamounts. Face off one in the neutrals or in the offensive zone by the Catamounts. They control in the corner. Fighting for it is Vlasic, who has lost his stick, it looks like. He's just grabbing on anything he can at this point. Controlled now in the neutral zone by the Terriers. Peterson sends it along. That one played by Harmon just hands it off to his defenseman. Big hit there. Looks like that was Armstrong who came flying in. Good job by him. Now Vlasic shoots one in and out of the glove of Harmon. Here come the Catamounts the other way. And looks like we will get a face-off in the neutral zone. Gioshvili, LeMay, and Zapernik out for the Catamounts. They have the face-off in their offensive zone, but that's won by Sam Stevens alongside Armstrong and Boguslavsky. Puck now in the offensive zone for the Terriers. They pass one out in front. That one finds its way behind the net. Couldn't get it on. Good turnover there. Passed out in front to Stevens. Stevens has it out by the face-off dot. Now sent along back for Peterson, who sends it along the boards. Now played up along the half wall. 2 Terriers, 3 Catamounts playing that. McCarthy slowly edges in, but backs off as the Catamounts gain possession. Into the neutral zone, picked up by Fensori. Fensori over to McCarthy. McCarthy now sends it up, looking for the outlet. Here's Cockrell, who tries to cut back, but loses an edge, and the Catamounts are coming the other way now. They shoot one on. That one gets deflected out wide. Lots of Terriers losing their sticks tonight, just dropping them after getting hit or making blocks. Cockrell just swatted a shot out of the air and immediately doubled over and goes straight to the bench. He blocked it with his left hand. That one didn't look like fun. Fought for in front of the benches here. 4 players trying to fight for it, unable to fish it out. And now the Terriers have it into the offensive zone, still along the half wall. Basically just move the scrum down by about 50 feet. Now picked up here in the offensive zone by Kaufman, who passes it off. Shot by O'Brien, trickles in. He scores! Another goal for Jay O'Brien. And if my math is correct, I believe that should be a hat trick for Jay O'Brien in his 10th game as a Terrier.
You are right on the money with that one, Seth. O'Brien, 2 goals in the first period, draining a third one here. And again, this is just a culmination of all the hype surrounding O'Brien as he entered the Terrier program. And now he is putting on a clinic. The whole team really is, with how well they're playing defensively and offensively. And on the offensive front, they've been led today by Jay O'Brien.
Jay O'Brien, the transfer from Providence College, one of the teams that beat the Terriers earlier this year. The Philadelphia Flyers draft pick. He struggled a little bit in Providence, but is showing his prowess here with the Terriers. Controlled now in the defensive zone by the Catamounts. They skated into the neutral zone. Great play by Master Simone there to head it off. Puck ends up on Duplessis on net, but he makes the easy save. Now controlled behind the net by Vlasic. 15 minutes remaining in the third period. He tries to pass it along and whiffs. This one finds its way all the way down into the defensive zone. Tuck gets there to kill the icing. He shoots one on. That one's saved by Harmon. That's just a clear positioning save. Didn't even see it. Skating up the ice now are the Catamounts. They fight forward in the corner. 2 red sweaters there. Stevens manages to fight, or excuse me, I think that's Fensori Skoog fights off the hit there. I apologize. It's tough to read out the numbers on this screen. Here comes Corsia the other way. He has no numbers at all, but still maintains possession. He fights for it behind the net. Picked up now by the Terriers. Shot on by McCarthy. That one gloved down by Harmon. A little bit of chippiness now in front of the net. Peterson getting involved. Looks like Brian Kelly getting involved for the Catamounts. 14:04 remaining in the third period. Score is 5-1 Terriers as we see the shot from the point by McCarthy. Corsia was tangled up in front of the net. Peterson and Zabane both getting involved. Face-off won by the Terriers in the offensive zone, now controlled by the Catamounts. McCarthy gets it at the point. He sends it along the blue line to Boguslavsky, who dumps it off for Fensori, who sends it along behind the net. Now, Boguslavsky takes a hit, gets right back up, fought for in the corner by the Terriers. Catamounts come out on top there. Here they come the other way. They send it into the neutral zone. Skating on are the Catamounts. Shot on. Saved by Duplessis. Good job there on the one-on-one rush. Catamounts send it back along, but it's controlled in the corner by the Terriers. McCarthy there. That one's sent back on in by Gioshvili. Now fought for in the corner. Neither team getting possession. Now picked up by the Catamounts up to the point. That one shot on but blocked. Now here comes Peterson, who dumps it in, goes off for a change. Boguslavsky attacks on the forecheck. He has Stevens with him, Weber, and DeBoer. Stevens fighting. Good forecheck here from the Terriers. Weber alongside Campolito. Armstrong is there. Stevens picks off a pass and tries to shoot it on. That one goes wide, though. DeBoer now fights for it along the half wall. Stevens gets it, sends it out into the middle of the ice. No one gets possession. Weber manages to hold it in before the Catamounts get a rush. Now it's sent low on the faceoff dot. Shot on by Stevens. That one saved away. Saw a goal earlier from that same spot. Harmon's made up for his mistake there. Now played by DeBoer up along the boards. Campolito now with it at the point. He skates it all the way in deep. He sends a backhander on net. That one goes behind. DeBoer now has it. Hands it off to Stevens for the wraparound. Rebound out in front. Picked up. Sorry, that was Weber for the wraparound. Picked up by Stevens now. He sends it along to the point. Skates with it. Shot on. Saved and held by Harmon. Mentioned Jack DeBoer there, the 13th forward for the Terriers. DeBoer's father, Peter, is currently the coach for the Las Vegas Golden Knights of the NHL. Little connection there between college hockey and professional. Terriers still leading 5-1 with 11:46 remaining in this third period. Players taking a quick rest here. No surprise really in this matchup. Catamounts are 1-6-2 on the season. Terriers are 7-2-0. Quite the turnaround compared to last year's Terrier squad. This year's squad seems to be much more cohesive than last year's. No surprise there. O'Brien wins the faceoff, but it finds its way out of the offensive zone, dumped back in by Jarman. Controlled now by the Catamounts in the defensive zone. Set a long D-to-D pass. Now here come the Catamounts up into the neutral zone. Shut off there by Kaufman. Puck skipped by him. O'Brien fights for it along the half wall. Jarman makes a good hit to seal the puck off. Now it's in the far corner, fought for there by the Catamounts. And the Terriers are going to go off for a 2-minute minor. Looks like a cross check. And O'Brien's getting into it now with Zappernick. I'm not sure who that penalty is getting called on. Both O'Brien and Vlasic were involved in the play, and the Catamounts need to be careful. Do not want to get a matching penalty there. I mean, you're already down by 4 goals here. You're about to go on the penalty kill. Definitely don't want to give another one up. And it looks like that penalty is going to be on O'Brien. Pretty clear cross-check directly into the numbers of Gio Shavili, sent him flying into the boards. Lucas and Thomas, the defensive pair, as the Terriers win the faceoff. That's the defensive pairing for the Catamounts. They clear all the way down the ice. Catamounts regroup, try to set up a rush. Terriers set up in a 1-3 neutral zone set here. Good entry by the Catamounts, fought 4 in the corner. All 5 Catamounts and all 4 Terriers were on one side of the ice there. Now taken, shot on. That one never found its way on net. Good play by Lucas. Catamount captain to try to get a shot through traffic. Weber heads it off on the half wall. Now here come the Catamounts. Face-off dot shot. That one deflects up out of play. Lucas waiting at the point for the one-timer, but never got the pass on. Lucas, the sophomore captain, defenseman out of Alexandria. Boyko, Vitolins, and Mullen alongside Evers and Kelly, I believe, as the Terriers clear the puck down the ice. Boguslavsky out for the Terriers. Jarman and McCarthy, as well as Peterson. Catamounts find their way into the offensive zone, played by Mullen at the point, but the Terriers clear it back down the ice. Catamounts are a whopping 14.3%. They are 5 for 35 on their power plays. I believe that's actually 5 for 36 now after this game before this penalty comes up. This should be their 37th of the year. A little bit of a reverse odd man rush for the Terriers right now. Skoog controlling it in the offensive zone. He waits with it shot on. That one's saved by Harmon. Catamounts trying to create another rush. Multiple players going off for a change there. Puck lost by the Catamounts, picked up by Weber. Now Skoog has it on the close half wall at the red line. He just sends it on in, ends up on net. O'Brien out of the box, so another kill for the Terriers. So that should drop the Catamounts to 5 and 37 on the year.
When you have a ratio like that regarding power plays, and those are your best opportunities to score, that seems an exceptionally low percentage on converting and scoring on these power plays. And right now, things are, and you combine that stat with how things are looking, demonstrative of really the rough ride that has been the entire season so far for the Catamounts.
Catamounts giving up twice as many goals as they have scored this year. 1.44 scored per game, 2.89 given up per game. And you mentioned that lackluster power play and that being their best opportunities. Well, they're getting 12.2 opposing penalty minutes per game. You figure at that, most teams are going to be able to put home at least 2 goals a game on that rate.
You would absolutely think, and there's still plenty of time left in this fourth quarter, but right now the Terrier defense is making sure that trend gets bucked today.
7:45 remaining in this third period for the Terriers against the Catamounts. Catamounts control in their defensive zone. Turnover and picked up by DeBoer. Looks like we're going to get another Terrier penalty. Can't tell if that is interference or if it was a slash. Looks like that one's going to be on Tuck. I don't know how that could be interference, given as I believe the penalty came on the play that he made on the puck carrier. Nonetheless, it's a penalty. He goes to the box. Catamounts only win this season comes at home. They have not won a game on the road. Had one of those 4 games go to overtime. they're getting roughly 23 shots a game and giving up close to 35. In fact, the only positive stat they have right now is the fact that they are averaging less penalty minutes than their opponents. Have a 73% penalty kill, which is not awful, but not to the numbers that you would want. Again, no surprise there given their record. Face off in the offensive zone for the Catamounts. Lucas is out there on the defense. Terriers managed to clear the puck out. His defensive partner is William LeMay. Looks like they have a 4 forward and 1 defenseman power play. More often seen on the NHL level than it is on the college level. Puck played by Vlasic in the corner. He dumps it back down the ice with 7 minutes remaining in the period. Here come the Catamounts looking for a clean zone entry. They don't find it. Good hit there by the Terrier penalty killers, and they managed to get the puck out into the neutral zone. Terriers have looked strong on the penalty kill all season long, doing a great job of staying disciplined. Last year, they had the issue of everyone getting out of position, and they were giving up lots of goals that way as they control the puck in the neutral zone and send it back into their defensive zone, now clear with 6:25 remaining in the period. Terriers like to run a diamond formation, and this year they've been able to run that to a T. Catamounts get a clean zone entry here. Controlled in the corner. Aggressive penalty killing by the Terriers. There's a man behind the net. Bad pass, though, goes all the way to the other half wall. Now sent back along the boards. Picked up in the corner by the Catamounts. Fought for by Armstrong and Vlasic. We'll get a whistle here. Not sure what the call is there. Catamounts arguing with the referees. Not sure if the refs decided that there was a player in a vulnerable position. Must have just stopped the puck on the scrum. Face off in the neutral zone, won by the Terriers. Picked up by McCarthy. He skates it behind the net. Sends it along the half wall. That one is cleared just wide of the net. 5:38 remaining in the third period. 5-1 Terriers. Picked up by McCarthy in the defensive zone. Penalty kill is over. Terriers had it, but it deflected off of DeBoer's stick into the hands of the Catamounts, who send it back along into their offensive zone. Now picked up there by the Terriers. Tuck has it along the half wall. That one sent along through. Picked up behind the net by the Terriers. They dump it into the zone. Jumping block by Corey Thomas to try and keep it in. Unable to execute further than that. But the Catamounts pick up possession in their own zone. Now skating into the neutral zone and pass into the offensive zone. Shot on, saved by Duplessis, glove side. Now picked up by the Terriers in the corner with less than 5 minutes left in this third period. Terriers get that one clean all the way down the ice. That one will get blown for an icing. Took a minute there for it to get called. Catamount player Christian Evers had already picked up the puck and started skating around, and Gio Shavili willingly enters the penalty box there. So the Terriers will go on the power play. I will say I keep on mentioning the half wall. This game is being played at the Gutterson Fieldhouse in Burlington, Vermont, and as it turns out, they don't really have a half wall. See, in NHL games, there's usually a dip-off after the corner, creating what is commonly referred to as the half wall on the long side of the rink. but the construction of this arena, the boards remain the same height all the way around. So there really is no half wall. .433 remaining in this third period. Penalty will be up at 2:33. Don't have the luxury of getting the play countdown on this broadcast. Face off in the offensive zone. Won by O'Brien over to Mastrosimone. Now picked up behind the net by the Catamounts, who clear it all the way down the ice. Picked up in the defensive zone by Vlasic. He skates it behind his own net. Now sends it up into the neutral zone. Here come the Terriers with speed. Gets knocked down. Almost puts it in from his stomach. We should be getting another power play or another man in the box. Great job by Zabane to fight to get the puck on net from his stomach. Got tripped entering the slot. Looks like Owen Grant will go for the tripping there. 4:12 remaining, and the Terriers will be on a 5-on-3 power play for about 1 minute and 40 seconds. Jarman, Campolito, Boguslavsky, Kaufman, and Armstrong. Quite the hodgepodge line here for the Terriers. Face-off won by Boguslavsky, picked up by Kaufman, over to Campolito, now to Jarman, back to Campolito. Campolito skates with it. He sends it down low, gets it back at the top of the face-off dot. I don't know what's happening because I've been kicked out of the stream. Terriers still controlling the offensive zone. Shot on from the high slot. That one blocked away. Now picked up by Jarman. Jarman sends it over to Campolito. Campolito back to Jarman at the top of the face-off circle. Down low. Now sent over to Campolito at the high slot. Campolito skates with it. Now moves over to the face-off dot. Sends it back down low to Kaufman. Over to Jarman. Jarman to Kaufman. That shot goes wide. Campolito over to Boguslavsky. Campolito one-timer. That one trickles a little bit, but doesn't find its way on net and is cleared out by the Catamounts. Terriers change Jarman off. Here they come the other way. 5-on-3 still for the Terriers. Picked up there by Weber, who hands it off to McCarthy. McCarthy back to Weber. One-timer. Just absolutely muffed it. Now back to Weber, who sends it down low to Zabane. One-time try for McCarthy, but he sent it to the front skate. Aggressive penalty killing. Almost had a 4-on-2 there, but were unable to put the shot home. Fought for now behind the net and cleared out by the Catamounts. The first penalty has expired. Only 20 seconds now left on the power play for the Terriers. Good chances here, just unable to put any of the pucks in the net. Controlled now along the side wall, I guess I'll call it, by Corsia, but he loses it. We're going to get another call, and Corsia is about to go to the box, I would think, after he cross-checks the Catamount player after the whistle. Bit of a flop there by Gio Shavili. So Corsia will make his way into the penalty box. Almost looked like there was already a penalty being called there, and then he decided to give Gio Shavili the extra shove for good measure. 2:14 remaining in this third period. Terriers still lead 5-1.
Yeah, tough to see the Terriers having to go on to the penalty kill there, but at this point, not a ton of time left in the game, and just over 2 minutes to go here before this one's wrapped up. And just been in general a fantastic showing by the Terriers. And as I kind of talked about, Seth, after only scoring 1 goal yesterday, they needed a game like this. They needed to get multiple goals on the board. And obviously, Jay O'Brien with the hat trick leading the way, but 5 goals today. That's the type of performance you needed to see.
O'Brien in 2018-19 campaign for Providence had just 2 goals and 3 assists in 25 games. In less than half that, O'Brien has already doubled his point total. Controlled now in the offensive zone by the Terriers. It's 5-on-5 hockey. Not sure why Corsia skated into the penalty box. Controlled in the defensive zone by the Terriers. They send it along, picked up by the Catamounts in their defensive zone. Skoog and Tuck out on the ice alongside Boguslavsky. That one's sent all the way in to the end board of the Catamount zone. Just over a minute remaining in this game. Weber to McCarthy in the neutral zone. McCarthy sends it along the boards. Picked up on the half wall by the Terriers. So that one trickles out in front. 58.6 remaining in the third period. Terriers have locked up another victory. They'll move to 8-3-0 on this young season. Terriers have played significantly less games than most other teams in Hockey East due to a couple of cancellations and pauses that were put in place by Boston University Athletics. Terriers have responded well, however, with the .800 win percentage, which should keep them atop the hockey standings. That shot sent on to Duplessis, who makes the easy save on the shot from the neutral zone. 42.8 seconds remaining in the third period. Duplessis with another strong showing. He'll move to 3-0-0 on the season. His goals against average will be 0.67. Not quite sure what the save percentage will be. It was .983 coming into this game. Can't imagine that goes down by much, if at all.
And Seth, and for Vinny Duplessis, this has got to be a relief of a game for him. The first 2 games he's played in, he had to face the number 1 ranked Boston College Eagles, and then yesterday had to survive a 1-0 game, and those are never easy or relaxing to play through. And now here he finally gets a game where the offense is clicking and the defense is clicking, up by 4. The first game where he has not had to have the pedal to the metal the entire game.
Well, Terriers end up on top here as the clock runs to 0. Vinny Duplessis getting his 3rd win on the season. But of course, the headline here is sophomore transfer Jay O'Brien with the hat trick, netting 2 in the first and 1 in the third. Terriers win 5-1, looking strong in all facets of the game today. They sweep the weekend, have to feel good moving forward in this young season. Will be interesting to see where the Terriers go from here. For the Catamounts, just a little bit of disappointment. To be honest, this outcome was probably predictable given the fact that the Terriers had twice as many NHL draft picks on their first line tonight. I'm Seth Hellman, joined by Daniel Moltz here for WTBU Sports. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have a safe rest of your week.